Hi, I am Otto Ralph, the founding president of the International Writers Training Center. I'm an author of 63 books. I've been writing for the last 20 years. Some of my book titles include Significance of the Insignificant, Prevailing Women, 12 Senses Every Lady Must Know, Achiever's Handbook, Success Capsules, Recharge Forward, Freedom of the Bride, Leaders Under 40, For Your Eyes Only, 10 Deadly Men Every Woman Must Avoid, 10 Deadly Women Every Man Must Avoid, Restore, Increase, and so on. 10 years ago, I was inspired with the idea of establishing the Aura Network. Aura is an acronym for Audience of Ralph Entry. And the vision was basically to bridge the gap between the author and his audience. Because more often than not, we read books and we have questions with which that the author could either clarify or answer. So Aura Network was basically put together or established to provide that platform of precipitating that, up-close relationship with my audience. Over the years, I have been training individuals, groups to write. And I can say that close to some 50 or more individuals have gone through my training and have published their own books. After 20 years of writing, it became necessary to expand the Writers Training Program. And that gave birth to the International Writers Training Center. Because everywhere I go, I get a lot of people expressing the desire, the aspiration to author their own books. So the birthing of the International Writers Training Center is to expand what has already been happening in the last 10 years. One of the key lessons I have learned is that one has to make time to write, because one never has time to write. We're so busy with a lot of things that there are too many people out there who have aspirations to write their own books, but they keep deferring for very good reasons. Until you come to the place of deciding to make time to write, you will never have time to write. And again, the idea of getting training is so important that if you overlook it or if you underestimate it, you are likely to make many mistakes for many years before you finally learn to do the right things as far as both writing and publishing are concerned. And so it's an advantage to subscribe to training so that you get to escape many years of mistakes that could cost you a lot of money. Yes, writing does not exist alone. There are so many other factors that have to be combined to produce an accomplished writer. An accomplished writer must have knowledge in subjects like AI, personal branding, public speaking, and a host of other topics. And that is why in IWTC, in our training program, we do not just restrict the learner to writing, but we have so many other areas related to the field of writing that we tackle. Even in terms of international travel, it has a very auspicious impact in the writing journey. And that is why in IWTC, we've had some of the learners traveling along with us on our international trips. And that exposes them to a lot of opportunities that even inspire the books that they do. At IWTC, one can be as busy as the bee and still have time to go through the training. Number one, we record all our sessions. So in the event that you're unable to join any of the online classes, you get to listen to the recording after. And we also undertake 2 classes every week online, 1 hour per class, and it's covering the 10 modules. There are 10 modules that we cover in the entire training program within 1 month. So after 1 month of going through the 10 modules, the second month is for the practical experience, where we expose you to guidance in writing, we expose you to guidance in public speaking, ensuring that your first or your next book is completed and ready for launch in the subsequent month. The idea of fully funding the publishing of the first or the next book of my trainees is inspired or informed by the idea that a lot of people write but struggle to fund the printing of their books. Now, after the full funding of one's first book, I also ensure that a very successful book launch is put together to take care of the expenses, and then also at the end of the day, to give the trainee some sort of a capital to be able to print their own mass quantity copies for regular sales. So I'll give you an example. We print, say, 200 copies of a book for launch, and then in the aftermath, the writer gets enough from the 50% that goes to him or her to be able to publish more copies for regular sales. I have been asked this question one too many times, and that's also because in the publishing industry, you hardly get a publisher to give you even 50% of a book that they fund. But I try to start the writer on a very good footing so that they are able to earn an appreciable amount from the get-go to encourage continuity, because many times people get stuck for the lack of funding when they begin the journey of writing. And one of my overriding motivations is to ensure that everyone that comes through IWTC also becomes financially independent. And again, financial independence is one of the topics that we treat at the center. Once we're done with the launch, the writer has 100% rights over the manuscript. The center has no hold on the manuscript any longer. So we only take 50% from the book launch, and once we are done, everything belongs to the writer. So after graduation, which is the 3rd month in the 3 months of the training program, the writer is allowed to apply and enroll in what we call the International Network of Creative Authors. And it's a network of selected authors, trainees from the IWTC, who, as it were, support each other and ensure that the books that we produce succeed out there on the market. The benefits of being a writer are innumerable. I've been writing for 20 years now, and I cannot quantify the many benefits, opportunities, the blessings that have come on this journey. In my 20th year, as I celebrate this anniversary, I am opening up a space to produce 300 writers, and you are supposed to be one of them. The fulfillment alone from seeing your first book is priceless, and therefore I'm inviting you to join this auspicious family, and believe you me, this will be one of the best decisions you would have made this year. Contact me directly via WhatsApp. You can find the numbers on the screen and get yourself enrolled in this great program.